taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home, and nothing could ever stand in our.
Alright, what's up mga kamatler na isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na mga teacher, si Sir Ash. And today, we are going to discuss the fifth part of our module discussion para sa ating mga grade 10 students. This is still focusing on the quarter 3. Okay, and for today's lesson, we will be discussing the probability of a union of two events. Now, this is a continuation on our previous discussion last week. And my dear math learners, napakadali lamang po ng topic na ito because, of course, dito sa Math Learning with Sir Ash, pinapadali natin ang ating mga discussion. At before we will start our discussion, my dear math learners, if you are still new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell para laging updated ka sa ating mga susunod na topics. Alright, so let us start. For our first page, we have our cover page, and that is Quarter 3, Module 5, the probability of a union of two events. The second page is the people behind this module. So disclaimer lamang po mga kamat learners na hindi pagmamay-ari ni Sir Ash ang mga dinidiscuss niya dito sa ating channel. Instead, we are just doing this to help our fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. Alright. Anyway, para tulungan kayo na mas gumaling pa sa mathematics. Alright. And then on the third page is the title page. On the fourth page is the introductory message for the teachers as well as for the learners. And on the fifth page, we have our objectives of the module. So ano nga ba ang objectives natin for today? Number 1 is to solve probabilities of a union of two events. Number 2 is to apply real-life situation involving the probability of a union of two events. Now, my dear math learners, as what I've said last time about probability is focusing on chances. Okay, so therefore, if we are talking about chances, we are talking about percentage or fractions, or if there are, or wala na talagang chances, so zero na yon, or kapag sure na sure talaga tayo na mabibigyan tayo ng chance, so that is 100%. Depende sa probability. Okay, so next part of the activity is the let us try. So in this let us try, ganun pa rin, it is somewhat a pre-test to determine or to test whether you have a prior knowledge about the topic. So these are 5 questions with multiple choice. Okay, so no pressure at all, my dear math learners. Just try to do what you can for this discussion. All right, and then after that, we have the introduction of the topic. So this is the let us study part. So in this let us study, as we can see, we have a ruleta. Okay, and this roulette is divided into 6 parts with colors. We have red, blue, yellow, orange, and another orange. And then outside the roulette, we have the letters A, B, C, D, A, B. Okay, and we have these questions. So let us try to understand how is this. Okay, so how many sections are there in the spinner? So we have 6, all right? How many sections are orange? So we have 3. Okay, 3 parts. How many sections have B? So B nandito sa labas, 1 and 2, 2. And then how many sections are orange and have B? Orange and have B. So it means orange na, B pa. Okay? So orange and B, ito, isa. Orange A, hindi. Orange A, hindi. So ito lang, isa lang. What is the probability of spinning orange or spinning a B? So when we are pertaining to the word or, so kapag nakuha niya yung orange, tama. Pag nakuha niya yung B, tama din. So therefore, pagsasamahin natin ngayon ang orange at saka yung B. Okay, so the probability, of course, ilan ba ito sila lahat? 6. So over 6 na tayo dyan as our denominator. But our orange is 3. Our B is, ito, isa, dalawa. Pero merong orange na B. So, Therefore, hindi na natin to i-count ulit because it will be redundant. Okay, so isa lang. So, tatlong orange, tapos isang B na hindi orange. Okay, so ito yon. So, apat lahat. So, 4 out of 6, or therefore 4 over 6. And if we get the lowest term of 4 over 6, that is 2/3. Okay, napakadali lang.
Easy, right?
Yes. So now, let us continue with the guide questions. Question here is, have you answered items 1 to 3 correctly? Of course. All right. What concept did you apply in items number 4? Oh, yun na yung how many sections are orange and have B. So, of course, concept of that is basically, depende na sa inyo kung anong klaseng concept ang ilalagay ninyo. How did you answer item number 5? What particular techniques or strategies did you apply? So, analysis. Alright. So, ang gagawin mo lang dito is just to do more analysis on the concept. No? Hindi na, sa technique kasi ng probability, hindi mo needed na kailangan mo talagang gawin ang mga formula. Lalong-lalo na isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit maraming students ang ayaw sa math because napapagod silang mag-memorize ng formula at hindi nila alam kung anong formula ang dapat para kanino. So if this is the case, my dear math learners, ang nakaganda sa mathematics is that you just need to understand the concept. If ever you have memorized the formula, it would be a bonus. Pero hindi necessary na kailangan mo talaga i-memorize ang formula. As long as you understand the idea, the concept, that's it. So, punta tayo dito sa probability of the union of two events. Ito ang formula. Sabi dito that the probability of the union of A and B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the intersection minus the probability of the intersection of A and B. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi ko. Ang union ng A at B, ang probability nila, makukuha mo raw kapag kinuha mo yung probability ng A, probability ng B, tapos yung intersection ng A at B. Pero ima-minus mo dito sa last part. So, technically, the final result is what is the probability of A union of B. Later on, ituturo ko sa inyo ang mas madali na concept nito. Okay, so we have the keynotes experiment is any procedure that can be infinitely repeated and has a well-defined set of possible outcomes known as the sample space. Event is an event in an outcome or defined collection of outcomes of a random experiment. And then sample space is a collection or a set of possible outcomes of a random experiment. The sample space is represented by the symbol S. Okay, so we have also the simple events. So the probability of event, ito yung, number of items it can occur over the total number of outcomes. Okay, so these are just definition of terms, my dear math learners. So we have the compound events, we have the union of events, okay? We have the intersection of events, and we have the probability of an event. So the compound event is the combination of two or more simple events. The union of events, ito yan no yung pagsasamahin mo ang isang event at saka isang event. So pag kinumbine mo sila, that's the union of the intersection is the same. Okay, kung ano yung magkakapareho sa between the two events. And then the probability of an event is if each outcome or if each of the outcomes in a sample space is equally likely to occur, then the probability of an event E denoted by the probability of E or P of E is given by the number of outcomes divided by the number of outcomes in the sample space. So, of course, my dear math learners, ang daming mga words dito and somehow some of these words will make you get confused. But my dear math learners, ito ang dahilan kung bakit nagdi-discuss tayo sa mathematics, lalong-lalo na dito sa channel, para bigyan kayo ng idea that this topic is very, very easy regardless of the explanation given in the definition. All right, so now let us go to the illustrative example. So we have example number 1, that is you flip a coin. So what is the probability of getting ahead? Of course, ganito lang ang concept niyan. Meron kang coin. Ilan ba ang mukha ng coin? So meron tayong isa for the head, pangalawa is for the tail. So dalawa lang ang mukha ng coin, tama? Now, ilang beses si head? So isa lang. Pero ilang beses pwedeng lumabas ang outcome ng head at saka ng tail. So there are two. Dalawang pwedeng paglalabasan. It could be head, it could be tail. So it means na itong number of outcomes, ito yung magiging denominator mo. So that is over 2. Since head there is only 1 because yung isa is tail, therefore we can only say that out of the two outcomes, there is only one head. So that is 1 out of 2. Therefore, the answer for this one is 1/2. Alright? So as you can see,
Easy, right?
my dear, yeah, easy lang talaga. So as you can see, we have the probability 1/2 here. Okay? So regardless of the explanation here, the number of times it can occur, so that is isang beses lang si head lalabas, and the total number of outcomes, dalawa, kasi it could be head, it could be tail. Okay, so 1 out of 2 or 1/2. Now, let's go to example number 2. The illustration on the right side shows a container with, ito yung container, with 4 triangles, okay, 5 squares, and 7 circles. So, 4, 5, and 7. So, pag i-add natin ito, this will be 16. Okay. What is the probability that the object is a circle? So, ilan ang circle dito? 7. So, 7 lang ang circle. Tama? So, that is 7 out of ilan sila lahat? That is 16. So, 7 over 16. And that's it. That's your answer. So, we have here the representation of the P of E, that is the probability of event, okay? And S is the sample space. So, the number of the sample space or the total number of outcomes in the sample space is 16 dahil 16 naman lahat ng mga objects sa loob ng container. However, ang pinag-uusapan dito ay si circle lang. So, therefore, ang chances natin na makakuha ng circle is 7 out of 16. So, the answer or the final answer that we could have is 7 over 16. Okay! Napakadali lang, my dear math learners. So, now let us go to example number 3. Okay. Hila Ryan Good Foodies has 15 cakes for sale, including 5 blueberry cakes. Okay? What is the probability that a randomly selected cake will be a blueberry cake? So, in the 15, 5 daw doon is 5, right? So, of course, that is 5 out of 15. So, the chances of getting a blueberry cake is 5 out of 15 or 5 over 15. If we simplify that, that would be 1/3. Okay? So, the answer is here. Alright. So, napakadali lang talaga, my dear math learners. Okay, but if you do have some questions or inquiries about our topic for today, feel free to put your inquiries or yung mga tanong ninyo sa ating comment section below. Now, let us go to example number 4. Consider the experiment of rolling a die. So, ito yung dice, okay? Yung may 6 na mga mukha. Find the probability of getting an even number or a number that is a multiple of 3. Okay, so, alam natin na sa dice, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Even numbers among 1 to 6 are 2, 4, and 6. So, tatlo na yun. Okay, 2, 4, and 6. So, 3 out of 6. Alright. Now, sabi dito na kapag makakuha ka ng even number or makakuha ka ng multiple of 3, then you still win. Alright? So, what are the multiples of 3 in the dice? So, of course, yung multiples of 3, yun yung mga number na pwede ma-divide kay 3. So, that is 3 and 6 out of the 1 to 6. Tama? So, dalawa. So, meron ka ng even number na 2, 4, 6. That is tatlo. Meron ka na ding dalawa para sa multiples of 3 mo. However, sa 2, 4, 6 at saka sa 3 at 6, pareho kang may 6. Tama? Pareho sila. So, those are taken as 1. So, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, pareho sila 6, taken as 1. So, therefore, ibababa natin yung isa, 4 na lang sila. So, 4 out of 6. If we simplify that 1, that would be 4 out of 6 is 2/3. Okay, but let us put it dahan-dahan. Okay, so first, we have the even number. So, even number is 3 out of 6, 2, 4, 6. So, yun, 3 out of 6. If you simplify 3 out of 6, that's 1/2. Alright? Pero, mamaya na. Okay? Now, we also have the probability of the multiples of 3. So, that is 3 and 6. So, 2 out of 6, that is 1/3. So, 3, 6, and 2, 6, if you add them, that is 5, 6. But remember, in the given sample space of the A and the B, 6 is a repeating number. So, therefore, that will be deducted as 1. So, minus 1 ka lang. So, 3 plus 2, that is 5, minus 1, 4 out of 6. And the answer is 2/3. At yun na nga, my dear math learners.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga. So, as you can see, my dear math learners, ang topic na ito ay napakadali. So, we have also here, number 5. A single card is chosen at random from a standard deck of cards or 52 playing cards. What is the probability of choosing a king or a club? So, sa madaling salita, my dear math learners, ang topic dito or ang situation dito is that meron kang isang deck ng mga baraha. So, 52 lahat ng baraha na yon. And then, what you will do is basically, ano daw yung tsansa mo na pagkuha mo sa baraha, ang makukuha mo is king or a club. When you say a club, ito yung malunggay. Okay. So, ito yung malunggay dito sa sa Philippines. Alright. So, anong tsansa na malunggay ang makukuha mo or a king? So, therefore, kung king, pasok ka. Kung malunggay, pasok ka din. Okay. So, remember, my dear math learners, na sa isang deck of cards o sa isang baraha, grupo ng mga baraha, meron tayong 4 flowers. The first one is the heart, the second one is the diamond, the third one is the spade, and the fourth one is yung malunggay, yung club. Okay. So therefore, itong 52, pag i-divide mo sa 4, that will become 13. Okay? 13. So 13 sets of the flowers. So therefore, talking about club, so we have the chances of 13 out of 52. At ito na nga yung makikita mo dito sa probability B. Now, kung pag-uusapan naman natin ang king, so sa isang deck of cards, ang mga king natin ay 4 lang. So therefore, that is 4 out of 52. But of course, my dear math learners, we all know na pagsasamahin natin ang 4 na king at saka mga malunggay na flowers, that will become 4 plus 13 out of 52. So that is 17 out of 52. However, my dear math learners, meron tayong king na merong flower na club. Tama? Therefore, that will become repeating. So, ma-minus na natin ngayon yung isang king na club din. Okay, so minus 1 tayo sa 17, so that will give us 16 out of 52. At ito na nga yung lalabas. Of course, 16 out of 52, they are both even and they are both divisible by 4. So you can simplify this, you divide it by 4, and you will have a final answer of 4 out of 13 or 4 over 13. Alright, so napakadali
Easy, right?
lang. Okay, so now, ito na ang time na kayo naman ang magte-test sa sarili ninyo whether naintindihan nyo na ba yung mga techniques na itinuro natin. Alright, so we have here, let us practice. If a letter is to be selected from the word millennials, find the probability that the letter is a vowel letter. So, vowel, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so ilan ba ang letters dito? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 10. Over 10 na tayo dyan. Ilan ang vowels? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 out of 10. Isimplify mo lang yon sa lowest term and you will have your answer. Okay. How about consonant letters? So, of course, the consonant letter is the counterpart of the vowel letters. So, therefore, kung 4 yung vowel, tapos, dito sa word na millennials, tapos, lahat ng words, or lahat ng letters in that word is 10. So, counterpart ng 4 is 6. So, 6 out of 10. And if you get the simplification or the lowest term of that, you will also get your answer. Alright, number 2. A group of students took a test. Grades and gender are summarized below. If one student is chosen at random, find the probability that the student was female or got a C. So, of course, my dear math learners, let's be careful of the word or. So, if it is a student, check. If it is C, check then. Okay, female. So, we have here, female is 25. Tapos, ang C natin is here, total 12. Okay? So, therefore, if we add 25 and 12, that will give us 37. However, merong intersection dito. Ito, okay? Yung magkapareho, yung female na may C. So, therefore, ima-minus natin ito. So, 37 minus 9, that will become, or that will give us 28. Okay, so 28 out of, okay, yun na yun. So, 28 out of 30, ilan ba ito lahat? Ayan, 65. So, 28 out of 65. Okay. So, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, so now, how about here? The extracurricular in which the junior class at Crossing Bayabas National High School participates are shown in the Venn diagram. O, ito yon. So, meron tayong math club, arts, and the sports. Okay. How many students are in the junior class? So, of course, junior, i-add mo lang ito lahat. Okay? Napakadali lang. How many students participate in sports? So, ito, yan. Add mo tong buong bilog na ito. And then, if a student is randomly chosen, what is the probability that the students participated in sports and math club? So, sports and math club. So, ito yon. Ito yung intersection nila. So, that is 4 and 10. That is 14. 14 out of yung total buo na junior class. And then, if ever kaya mo siyang i-lowest term, then you get the lowest term of that given fraction. Alright? So, napakadali lang.
Easy, right?
Yes. So, now let us go to the let us practice more. We have here, number 1, in a math class of 30 students, 17 are boys, 13 are girls. On a unit test, 4 boys and 5 girls made an A grade. Okay? If a student is chosen at random from the class, what is the probability of choosing a girl or student with an A grade? Okay, so we have here total is 30, right? Okay, 30. Tapos, chosen from a random class. O, so buong class talaga. So, over 30 tayo dito. Okay? So, what is the probability of choosing a girl? So, that is 13. Okay? So, therefore, ang gagawin dito is or kasi ito, choosing a girl or. Okay. Dahil or, kung girl siya na A grade, okay, 5 siya. Okay? And then, so, i-add mo lang ito. So, 13 plus, teka lang, isi-sure muna natin, ha? So, that would become the first probability of a girl. Okay, so, kung girl tayo, 13 out of 30. Okay, so, student with an A grade, so that is 4 and 5, that is 9. So, 9 out of, anong tawag dito? 9 out of 30. So, 13 plus 9, so that would give us, 13 plus 9 would give us 22. Okay? So, 22 minus, magma-minus tayo ng 5 because 5 ang girls doon na may A grade. So, 22 minus 5, that would give us 17. So, 17 out of 30, and that would be your cha-cha-cha-chan-chan. Okay. But make sure, tama yung pagkakano natin, ha? Okay, so, what you will do is you get first the girls, kung ilan yung probability ni girls, and then you get the probability of the students na nakakuha ng A grade, then subtract it to the union of the intersection pala. You subtract it to the intersection of the girl with an A student, which is 5. So, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. Ang card is drawn from the standard deck. That is 52 cards. Find the probability of getting or drawing a heart or a 7. So, 7, 6 yun. Ay, 4 yun. Sorry. Ang heart, 13. Katulad ng ito ng king at saka club kanina. So, basically, ganun lang din. Kung ano yung sagot kanina sa king at saka sa club, the same concept lang din dito. A heart and a 7. Because there are 4 sevens, there are 13 hearts. However, there is a 7 that is a heart. So, therefore, minus 1 ka lang out of the 52.
Easy, right?
Okay. So, napakadali lang, my dear math learners. So, ito namang number 3, I'm sure kayang-kaya nyo na to. So, ibibigay ko sa inyo ang question na ito. Alright, and then we have the final generalization of the topic. So, let us remember. So, these are the meaning, the definition, okay? And then, after that, we have the let us assess. So, this is the part na kung saan you need to do your best para sagutin itong mga multiple choice type questions because the module itself is assuming na naintindihan nyo na talaga yung mga discussion or yung mga topic na na-discuss dito sa topic na ito. Then we also have the let us enhance. So as you can see, ito naman is a performance task. So meron kayong goal, may role kayo, may audience, may situation, and then you have the product performance and purpose as well as the standard. So you just need to apply this one, okay? And technically, you will be graded based on this given rubrics, okay? So hopefully, I'm sure kayang-kaya nyo na ito gawin, my dear math learners. And then after that, we have the let us reflect. So this is an opinionated part of the module in which it says here, the British journalism and a businessman, Walter Bighott, once quoted, "Life is a school of probability. Reflect on this statement, express your answer in 3 to 5 sentences." So technically speaking, there is no wrong or right answer on this question because it is an opinionated one. So I think, oh yan, okay. So technically, my dear math learners, tapos na tayo sa discussion natin for this module. So I hope na intindihan nyo ng maigi ang ating lesson. And if you do have some confusions or inquiries about the topic, huwag kayong mahiyang maglagay ng mga tanong ninyo sa ating comment section below. Ito pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na math teacher, si Sir Ash. And always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much. God bless. And keep safe always.
I got a taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home, and nothing could ever stand in our